We're Amy and Amber, here to bark about books, fetch the latest buzz, and sniff out all things pop culture. Grab a treat and a seat and stay for the scoop. All right.
I think someone needed to hear that. I've heard
course.
That at my house lately. Oh my gosh, they're always barking at something.
There's always something to bark at. Absolutely.
And it's so nice out today. Like, I don't want to jinx us, but it's so nice and it's not raining. So everybody wants to be outside. And we have one that loves to jump the fence and escape. So he has to be on his own little chain or he can't go outside.
He jumps the fence? Do you have a wood fence? Like, does he climb it?
No, it's like a wire fence, but it's pretty, I mean, none of the other dogs jump over it or even think about it as far as I know. But yeah, it's Grizz, of course, the troublemaker. But he'll jump the fence, swim in the canal sometimes because we live right on the canal, and then run up the neighbor's yard over to the front gate so that we'll throw the ball for him because he knows we'll throw the ball to get him back in.
Oh my gosh. Too smart. Too smart.
I know,
that is so funny.
For his own good.
Well, here's my topic that I'm going to bark about today. It's some Kim and Kanye drama.
Which is always bark-worthy.
Oh my gosh. There's literally so much here that I thought we're not going to be able to go through the whole timeline. We're going to have to start post their divorce and just the drama since then, because there's so much for their whole timeline that's just so crazy. But
that's a good idea.
I thought if we just focused following their divorce, which is in 2022, some of the controversies and things that have happened since then. And the one that I'll start with was from March 2022, and it is a dispute over their daughter's birthday party. So Chicago's fourth birthday party was happening after their divorce and their separation. And Kanye claimed that Kim did not invite him to the party and that he didn't know where the party was.
I remember hearing a little about this. Yeah.
Well, he did his classic of, going onto Twitter and social media and just saying how frustrating that was for him in the ways that only Kanye can do. So
let's share it with the whole world.
Yeah, right? It's like his own personal diary. And then Kim, her response was that she was not trying to keep him from the children. She's open to co-parenting and wanting to do that, in a way that works best for them. So then my question was, okay, yes, there's this dispute and this scandal, but did he go to the birthday party? So what do you think? Do you think he attended the birthday?
I feel like if he did, he crashed it pretty good. Maybe, right?
I thought that was like the only way too, because I thought if Kim's not telling him, then she's probably not going to. And so it's either he's just going to find out and show up, or somebody else is going to have to tell him. So what happened was somebody else told him, and it was Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner at the time. Yes. So afterwards on Twitter, he's like, "Thank you to Travis Scott for helping me see my kid for her birthday."
Oh my gosh. So then when he went, was it like a showdown or?
I know. I wondered that too. But they're all so like, what's the word? I get not like PC really, but like all I saw about afterwards was Chloe was just tweeting about like, oh, he's always welcome in our family. Or I feel like Kris Jenner does like that a lot too. Like, oh, he's always welcome to be here around everybody. Like they're not going to be part of the drama, but that they have to be.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yes.
Even just like passive aggressively part of it, I'm sure.
That whole family has to have their hands in it somehow.
Yes, and have all their opinions. So I'm sure there's just no way that there wasn't something said at that party.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But anywho, there's many more instances here. So October 2022, later same year, one thing we know about Kanye is he has a lot of interesting political beliefs. We'll just say that.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So this one happened during the Paris Fashion Week. He was promoting his Yeezy Season 9 fashion show, and to
Uh-huh.
it, he decides to wear a White Lives Matter t-shirt.
Interesting choice.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I'm confused.
Me too. Anything that comes out of his mouth or out of his fingers onto a computer screen, I'm confused.
Yes. I mean, he came out later, as he does, to defend his actions in later interviews, but his defense was really just that Kim and his mom were overly influenced by liberal agendas.
What?
Which
What do
again,
they have to what does that have to do with the shirt you wear, bud?
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
But
what
I feel
everyone's
like
asking.
yes. And I feel like we see less of it, I guess, with what he himself is wearing. But I mean, think about like Bianca at the Grammys that we talked about a few
Right.
times ago. He's
Yeah.
making a lot of statements through the fashion choices of those around him as well.
That's so true. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but definitely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think I made a mistake because in November 2022 was when their divorce was officially finalized. So
Oh, gotcha.
I guess they were not officially divorced at the time of Chicago's birthday party, but they were definitely separated. So,
Yeah.
anywho, divorce finalization in November 2022. And this is interesting. They both agreed to joint physical and legal custody of the four children. Um, that part surprises me a little bit. I
Yeah.
guess I don't know, obviously, like very much about California's parenting laws, but I know like Washington is very much like a mother state. And so I felt
Mm-hmm.
like Kim could have made some kind of claim of him being like unfit or unstable in some way, but
Right.
I guess maybe decided
Yeah.
not to or whatever.
Wasn't it also a big thing about like his mental health and how he was handling it at the time?
Yes, I
That I would
know.
think that, yeah.
Yeah, I know she or when they were together, I don't remember when it was in their relationship, but he had gone off of his bipolar meds. And that's
Uh-huh.
when most I think of their problems were kind of happening that led to the divorce. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think even from like a mental health standpoint, she could have argued for more custody than she did.
Right. Which makes me wonder more like what's going on behind the scenes, you know? Like
Hmm. Hmm.
who knows what he could have been telling her or her telling him or whatever.
Yeah. And I think like honestly, okay, I don't I'll just say I don't like Kim Kardashian. Not that I like Kanye,
Uh-huh.
but I am not a Kim
Right.
Kardashian fan. I don't care for her. And I also think that like oh, I lost my train of thought because that was hard to say. I don't like to say that I don't like people. But I think, oh, okay. I think it's like a little sad that those are those kids' choices, honestly. Like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
your mom is not making the best choices either. Maybe not
Right.
as in the same way, but deciding
Mhm.
between those two, I'm like, ooh, I don't know. Maybe they're like half of each will be
Yeah.
a whole parent.
Right. Or they'll see what their parents do and go, I'm not doing that.
Right, right.
But I don't know because there was a whole big controversy about how North was in The Lion King.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It had that
Yeah.
role in The Lion King, that big role, and they were like, she shouldn't have gotten that role. I don't want to talk
Oh,
badly about
right.
a child and their acting skills, but you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
You know
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying?
Didn't really know what she was doing there, especially
Right.
when there's so many kids that could have been chosen for that, would have, I think, put more into it than what she did.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anywho, so
Ooh.
they were given physical and legal custody, joint shared, of the four children. But Kanye was ordered to pay $200,000 monthly in child support, which
Yaza.
is, I mean, I know they make a lot of money, but wow, that seems like a lot.
It does.
$200,000 a month. And
Jeez.
I
Oh
guess
my
there's four
gosh.
kids too, but still,
Uh-huh.
wow. And then he also has to cover half of the medical, educational, and security expenses for the children. That part makes sense to me.
That does, yeah, to me too.
hmm And that I do kind of wonder, I mean, is this typical? Like, if he has the children or is supposed to for half of the time, why
Hmm.
is he also paying child support? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense because then that would mean that she would also have to pay him. Yeah, you would
Right.
think.
Right.
If
Or
we're being
like
equal
that
here.
also would be shared in the same way the medical and educational security is.
Yeah.
Hmm. Weird. I
Strange.
don't know.
I don't
But
know, but
anyway,
Kim's a lawyer, so
oh my
maybe she
God.
worked her
Is she
magic.
though? Did she actually pass the bar or is she just sorry?
I knew
I
that would be
think,
a sore subject.
oh my gosh. Like you can't just you're not Barbie. Like you're not okay. Um
That's the perfect way to put it.
I think one of the things, I don't know why this was like such a breaking point for me, but I've always tolerated her. But for some
Yeah.
reason, did you see this recent photo shoot that she's doing with the Tesla robot?
No. What
Oh
is
my
this? I'm gonna
gosh.
need to look this up
Okay.
right now.
Look up the Tesla robot, Kim Kardashian Tesla robot photo shoot. And honestly, I think there's more than one, if that's even possible. But there's a more recent one that I'm talking
Oh,
about.
geez.
And she's like
It
laying on the
does
beach. Do you see that picture?
not yet, but it said one of the article names said she got cozy with the Tesla robot in a photo shoot for Perfect Magazine.
Yes.
And then,
Yes.
like, Kim Kardashian misreads the room in a new shoot with Tesla
Yes.
Cybertruck.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. It's gotta be, yeah, it's gotta be one of those. Oh shoot, it's like not coming up. Do you think they like are hiding it now?
I see she posted something about it on her Instagram.
Oh, did
It
she?
looks like.
Well, okay. It's just, oh, okay. I found it. I'm gonna send it to you.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Okay.
it's her on the beach, like on this mattress that they've put out with a Tesla robot, and just
Oh,
her
geez.
like this part isn't shocking, but just her entire ass is out, just the whole ass. Okay, it's coming.
Did you email
And
it to me?
oh God, I hope I
Oh,
texted it to you. Okay, yeah.
yes, you did. You did.
Like somebody's gonna be very
Oh,
surprised.
oh my, oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Total
It's
ass
just
in a mattress.
it's weird, first of all,
Yeah.
just in general, really weird. But what is bothersome to me is just how incredibly out of touch it is. Like everything that's
Yeah.
going on right now in the government and Elon Musk and all of the stuff with all of that. And you're going to go
Yes.
and directly support that basically by being naked with his
Full.
robot. I can't make sense of
Exactly.
it. I cannot
It's
make sense of
like
any of this.
you have to laugh or you'll cry.
It doesn't, yeah. So that's the robot there, but that's later on that
Yeah.
happens. That was recently. Um
Weird. Weird for sure.
okay, so I had not heard about this at the time it was happening. So this is interesting. In December 2022, so November
Oh yeah.
divorce is finalized. But in December, there were cheating allegations that Kim had an affair with Chris Paul, who is, I forget what team he's on now, but plays in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Which then, of course, was denied by Kim and everyone else. And so the
Right.
question kind of then became, is this just like Kanye trying to, divert attention from everything that's going on with him and be like, oh, well, she did things too? Or is there any actual truth to that?
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know, because I don't
Oh,
remember that happening.
I don't really either. And then he's alleging that she had an affair. He must have meant like back when they were together because they got
Right.
divorced in November. So then, because if he's saying in December, hey, she's cheating, she's not cheating anymore, buddy.
Yeah, you're divorced. Yeah, that must have been from earlier. And I
Uh-huh.
mean, it could possibly come from um them being at the NBA games a lot, maybe, because I know like wasn't
Yeah.
Kendall dating an NBA player? Chloe's dated some NBA players. Maybe they were
Mhm.
there and seen together and whatever else. but
Yeah,
I don't know on
probably.
that one.
Then he got
Yeah.
jealous and just fueled the fire.
Yes.
Could
So
be.
then Kanye is a little quiet for a while here. Um,
Is that possible?
I know, right? He moves on pretty quickly after their divorce with Bianca. And I know for like a little bit of that time, Kim was kind of worried about, like the other woman being there, her kind of as like a stepmom to the kids. And there were some kind of things with that, but it seems like they worked that out for the most part. And Kim got to a place where she was like okay with being around the kids.
Yeah.
But the reason that I thought of this topic is because recently, it's kind of sparked back up again. So in March of this year, earlier in the year, there was a few different things going on. So the first one was Kanye wanted North, him and Kim's daughter North, in a song that has Diddy in it, which
Yeah.
I'm confused about because is Diddy not in jail?
Right.
Is this an old song and they're remaking something? Is he recording from jail? What's happening?
Yeah, that's my question too. I'm wondering that
Mm-hmm.
also.
Mm-hmm. And I thought I had read it as like it was gonna be Kanye and Diddy singing with like North and then Diddy's son. It was gonna be like
Oh,
a father-child song type of thing. I don't know.
yeah. Oh, that'd be
But
scary to involve
it's
her with those people.
it's weird. And then I'm also like, does Kanye just not A, doesn't care, or B, doesn't believe that those things are true about Diddy?
So this stuff came up that says so Kanye released a song titled Lonely Roads Still Go to Sunshine on March 15th, featuring his daughter North, who is 11, and alongside Diddy's son, King.
Yes.
The track opens with a recorded phone conversation between West and Combs, and then North contributes a line in the song where she's rapping.
Okay. So that was all set to happen, I think, or had
Yeah,
even like
yeah.
happened a little bit. But
I think it
Kim,
did, yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and Kim, which understandably was opposed to that and concerned about that.
Yeah.
So
It,
I don't know what ended up happening because of that.
well, it says that Kim opposed its just distribution. I can't talk today. And she ended up trademarking North's name to prevent her from being involved in it.
Oh, okay. Because I thought there was something else that happened because of that. That's what it was.
Yeah. And then apparently that's something that her and Kanye agreed upon before their kids were born is they were going to trademark their names to keep their kids safe.
Oh, and they just hadn't done it.
Yeah.
She's like, now's a good time.
Right. Yeah. And he responded and was, of course, super threatening. And it says the situation wasn't amended.
Eek. Okay, so that's a little murky still. But then the next thing I heard, because North has been like still seeing, I mean, obviously they have the song and everything, but still seeing Kanye and being around Kanye, whereas I don't really hear that the other kids are as much, to the same degree that she seems to be.
Me too. You said their daughter's Chicago, and I was like, who the heck is that?
Yeah, right? Like they got four kids and you don't ever really hear about the other three. But anyway, Nora's hanging out with Kanye. Kim hears from one of the security people that the Tate brothers are coming over to Kanye's house. And so she obviously is like, no, get North out of here. That's not happening. And then those two things happening like pretty close together were worrying Kim a lot, and especially like concerns about Kanye's mental health. And so she has been considering filing for sole custody based on those occurrences, because he has also been on his Twitter rants again as well.
Yes. You had also brought up too, that Kanye was quiet for a while. It was like, I think it was like December into March. There was like nothing until he ended up coming out with that him and Bianca were getting married. Right?
Yes.
But I remember at that time when nobody heard from Kanye, I remember rumors going around that he was missing. Did you hear that too? Like Kanye's missing. Uh-huh. And nobody could
No.
find him. And I'm gonna kind of throw my son under the bus here, but John was a huge Kanye fan, loved his music, said he could do no wrong. He's like, then he started to realize he's kind of a bad person, but he still makes good songs. And now with like the recent stuff that he's been tweeting, he's like, I think it's time to jump off the boat, mom. I was
Sure.
like, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, but I remember asking him at the time, I was like, have you heard anything about Kanye's missing? Have you heard that he's missing? He's like, yeah, they don't know where he is. And so then he finally just like appeared back and he was like, this is my new wife or whatever.
Oh, I
But
don't remember that.
but around the same time, had you said that he started to go off his meds like when him and Kim got divorced and was like when they were kind of doing the custody stuff?
I think it was when they were together, he did, and that's what led to the divorce, or a big
Okay.
part of it, I think.
Okay, because I don't know if it was like part of his rants or what it was, but he was also bringing up like the stuff that the industry is doing to Britney Spears and like putting people, somebody reached out to my people and wanted to put me into a conservatorship and stuff like that. And I remember our other sister, Ashley, we call her Basha. Her and I were talking about it at the time. And she's like, Kanye said at one point that if I ever disappear, that person who comes back isn't me. And he was gone for months. And then he came back and he seemed to be all, I don't know, just kind of, you look at him and he looks different. So not to dive too far into
What?
but
That's
yeah.
very interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that's strange too, because when's the last we've heard from him now after this? I mean, this is still kind of
Right.
recent, but
Right.
after he has done all of those things and he's called out Beyonce's kids and now Beyonce's
Right.
dad is saying things about it. And
Oh, geez.
I mean, where is he now?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. And he's also just doing weird things too, like the whole
Yeah.
outfits and
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, his like casting call that he put out of like no fat people, must be bald or will shave your head, must be comfortable wearing swastikas. Like
what? Oh, I missed all that. Okay. Jeez.
there's been a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, he had, after his series of rants, he had traveled to Tokyo now to decompress and get away from LA.
Okay, because
So maybe that's where he still is.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay.
My goodness, right? I think. Oh, there was another thing on here I was gonna say. Hold on. Oh, Dr. Phil.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that come up somewhere too.
Placed in foster care. I'm sorry, but I highly doubt the
Celebrity
Kardashian
foster
children will be put in foster care. Really? We don't think
Yeah.
that anyone's going to step up to take care of those children? Come on. Also, as someone who works in schools, do you know how difficult it is to get like CPS to actually do anything?
Oh, geez. Yeah. Right.
But yeah, so that's where they are at with that. I don't know if they have had that because Kim is seeking out sole custody. I don't know if they've had that meeting with the lawyers yet, or if they do, what might come from that. But I think what's so crazy about all of the Kanye things is it's such a big like commentary statement, whatever, on mental health issues and how like those are perceived and how those are treated, and like not to take his side on any of the things he said, but just how hard that is for people that really suffer and struggle with these conditions. And, even thinking that, because I had read that part of the reason he stopped taking his medication was because he thought that like he was more creative or he could make better music when he was not on it. And it gave him more clarity to not be on it. And so I think that's like such a big statement on, Kanye is a celebrity, but there's people in the world that exist with these same, he's spoken out that he has bipolar disorder. And you think
Hmm.
about like, well, if he wasn't Kanye and he didn't make music and he didn't have all kinds of money, like where would he be, you know?
Right. Yeah. That's scary. And there's a lot of people
Yeah,
dealing with that exact same thing.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
just thinking how hard it is and how like consuming those problems really are for all
Oh,
aspects of
yeah.
your life and also how important it is to take the medication you've been prescribed.
Right. And thinking with him being such a like high-powered celebrity, wouldn't he have his team of people who are like making sure that he's taking his meds? But
Mm.
I guess, being who he is, he could just like fire them or something and say,
Right.
I'm not
Or
taking
even
them.
maybe that could even have been what people were trying to do, as he's saying, they're trying to put me in a conservatorship. Maybe they're just trying to
Yeah.
advocate for him to take what he needs to take or do what he needs to do.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't know, but
Yeah. My mind
yeah,
starts to just spiral in a million different directions about,
I know.
like celebrities and if they need to be in conservatorships or people are trying to control them or what's really happening. And
Right?
it's
Because I
sad
feel like
stuff.
I feel like as a celebrity, you must get to such a point where, like, even if you don't have mental health issues or anything, where you're just kind of like not knowing what's real, I guess. Because there's probably so
Yeah.
many people around you that are like, oh, this is amazing. You're awesome. Just hyping you up all the time that I feel like
Right.
you could
Oh
get
my
such a
gosh.
warped perception of yourself
For
or of
sure.
reality.
Yeah, just a little side note, really quick. But
Uh-huh.
Rick and I stumbled upon this show. I think it was on Netflix. It's either Netflix or Hulu. It's probably a different one, but whatever it was, it's called The Curious Case of, and then it's like a celebrity story, like
Ooh.
The Curious Case of Brittany Murphy. So it talks about like her death and stuff happened there. But we ended up starting watching the one on Bam Margera from Jackass
Hmm.
and how he was an alcoholic and everything. And they were trying to make him to go to rehab, and they ended up putting him into a conservatorship. And this woman that he didn't even know was like controlling him basically, and he didn't do well with that. He was like very upset about it. He's like,
Sure.
I'm the Britney Spears of Jackass. And yeah, we didn't finish it, but I think though, because he was one of my favorite ones on the thing, I just thought he was so cute at the time. Like he had problems seriously, but yeah, it's really he seems to be doing fine now. But
Oh,
it's
that's
just
good.
interesting. There's a whole bunch of different curious cases on those things that you wonder what's really going on.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
know, right? Well, that's what we were talking about last week too, with like the Ruby Frankie stuff. Is just like
Uh-huh.
how little you know about what's really going on in these people's lives.
Yeah.
How much
Yeah.
of that is just like the perception they're trying to put forth to the media, or I feel
Hmm.
like who really knows the real Kim Kardashian, you know?
Right. And I have a hard time sometimes because, like, I'm totally into celebrity talk and everything, and I
Hmm.
want to know everything that's going on with them. But then at the same time, I'm like, these personal things about their lives and their health, we don't really have the right to know. But at the same time, again, it's also like they're famous people and they put their lives out there. I don't know. I think there's
Hmm.
maybe like a line,
Hmm.
but nobody's going to not cross that line.
Right? Yeah, that has to be such a hard balance between even
Mhm.
like as a celebrity, what you're going to share and what you're not.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
There's some really cute ones. Like, who's the guy who played Spider-Man? I can't think of his name right now. Peter
Re-
Parker.
Recently, like Tom
Yeah.
Holland. Oh, I love
Yes.
Tom
Uh-huh.
Holland.
Yeah. And he keeps his life very private.
He
Like, there's
does.
not a lot you hear from him and his soon-to-be wife.
Yes. Oh, they're so cute. I love
I
them.
know. I know. I had to go off on that
Mm.
little rant. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's now I'm like, I want to watch that. That sounds really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll send you the info.
Yes. Basically, with the Kim and Kanye drama, that's kind of where it ends for now. And I mean, it's unfortunate because I feel like it goes back to what we were saying last week again with the Ruby Frankie stuff is like who is hurt the most in all this is the kids,
Hmm.
really. So
Yeah.
thinking about, oh my gosh, the children of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. How are they going to be in the future? It's crazy to think
Right.
about and a little
I
scary to
know.
think about too. But
It
I
is.
mean, I am hopeful that, whatever works out, they can figure out the best thing for the kids involved and
Yeah.
what they need going forward.
Right. Quick question before we move on to our
Mhm.
next thing. You are not a
Yes.
Kim fan, but are you a fan of the Kardashians in general?
Well, I don't know. Does this count? I was going to say the only Kardashian that I like is Kylie, but she's technically a Jenner. So,
Oh, true. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Right.
no,
I do.
I don't like them. I used to be able to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians and like, oh, this is so silly. Look at this family. But then they just got too much for me. I used to
Uh-huh.
love Courtney. I cannot with Courtney now that she's with Travis.
Really?
Weird.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
weird to me. I can't with
Uh-huh.
that. Chloe annoys me. Kendall, I have never liked. Ever. I have never been able to stand Kendall. But I do like
Yeah.
Kylie. I do like Kylie.
Yeah. 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 I don't think she counts fully because she's not
No.
a
Mm-mm.
Kardashian. But have you seen the girl on TikTok who impersonates them just like perfectly? It's so
Is it the
funny.
one where she has like the post-it note nails when she's Chloe?
Yes.
Oh, those are
Yeah.
so funny. Those are
I
so
love
funny.
those. I could sit there and watch them all day.
Hmm.
It's just
Yes.
perfect. And there's been times too where like Chloe has commented on her stuff. And
Oh, really?
yeah. Like, how come my mommy is the one with the crazy wig?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
cute.
gosh. Yeah, those are really funny.
Yes. So our next thing for our dog topic, we were going to stay in the celebrity era or section and talk about celebrity dogs and their drama. So we came across this story, and I hadn't heard about this before until today. Had you about how
Uh-uh.
Lady Gaga apparently has had her dogs stolen before? And yeah, back in February of 2021, she had two French bulldogs. Their names were Koji and Gustav.
Oh my
That's so
goodness.
cute. But they were stolen in like this violent incident in LA. Her dog walker was out walking them, obviously, and he was shot and hurt pretty bad during the attack. And then whoever shot him stole the little French bulldogs.
Ugh.
And apparently, at the time, Lady Gaga was out of the country. And so she offered a $500,000 reward for them.
Dang.
2 days later, this chick named Jennifer McBride just returned the dogs because she said she happened to find them. She took them to a police station. It was discovered later, I'm sure you'll guess, that she was involved in the theft. Da, da, da. And that led to her arrest, and then she was charged with receiving stolen property. Okay, so then, in a surprising turn, guess what happened? Guess what this McBride lady did? She sues Lady Gaga in 2023 because she never received the unpaid reward for finding the dog. Finding, in quotes, the dogs. Stating that it was a breach of contract and fraud. So she went after her for $500,000 reward plus additional damages, probably emotional support too.
Oh yeah.
But thankfully, that lawsuit was dismissed in court. I mean, the audacity, right?
I have several questions.
Yes, please.
So, hearing this story, my first thought is like, okay, somebody obviously learned that Lady Gaga really loves her dogs and would do a lot to get her
Yeah.
dogs back if they were taken. Obviously, she has plenty of money to do that, to have the ransom of the 500,000 whatever.
Uh-huh.
Ransom, whatever. Reward.
Reward, yeah.
But okay, so somebody figures that out, puts it together. Is this McBride lady the person that shot the dog walker? Who was that? Did they catch that person?
That's what I'm not sure of either. So all it said was that she was involved in the theft. So I mean, maybe she was the person who like ran and grabbed the dogs and ran away.
Right? Because she had them, obviously. If she could bring them the next day, they were with her. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, but who is the person that shot the dog walker?
So it says that she was one of five
Oh.
co-defendants charged in connection with the theft of the dogs after handing them into police.
Hmm.
Um, okay. James Howard Jackson is one of the three men and two accomplices. So a total of five there who
Hmm.
participated in the robbery and then pleaded no contest to one count of attempted murder in December of 2022. This
So there's
James
a
Howard
group of them.
Jackson, yeah, this a little dog stealing party. LA County then okay, so this James Howard Jackson guy was then sentenced to 21 years in prison for
Ooh.
attempting to murder her dog walker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So they did catch him. He's in jail then.
Uh-huh.
That's good.
And the
My
McBride lady. Yeah.
Oh, and her too. Yes. I was looking, these dogs are so cute. Do you see the pictures
I'm
of
looking
Lady
for
Gaga
them.
and her dogs? They're so adorable.
Little French bulldogs. Aw. Oh, yep, they are. A
Yes.
little brown one and then a
They're
little white
so
one with like a black
cute.
circle on his head.
Right?
Koji
Oh,
and Gu.
Gustavo. Are they
Cute.
oh, does she have a third one now?
Oh, I don't
There's
know.
there's one named Asia.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
yep, she
cute.
has a new little baby now. Oh,
Good. So she got those two back and then got another one.
yes.
I like it.
Good. Oh my gosh. That is so crazy though. And then,
Oh,
okay, but wait. She brings the dogs to the police station to turn them in because she found them. And then they let her go because then she comes back and tries to sue. She's not in jail yet.
right. Yeah. So let's see. Um. Oh, because she didn't go. Okay. Yeah, she didn't go to jail because she claims that she found them. Pause, please. I don't know. That's a great question.
Because
Oh,
that's weird. They must have
here's what
somehow
happened.
later went back. Oh, okay.
She's currently on probation for 2 years after pleading guilty to receiving stolen property. She was
Okay.
initially charged with one count of accessory after the fact and receiving stolen property, but the
Uh-huh.
accessory after the fact charge was dismissed as part of a plea deal.
Okay. So she must not have been there for the dog napping portion
She must
because
not have been.
it makes it
Yeah.
sound like she received it, like they got the dogs and then they brought them to her. She was
Uh
the holder
huh.
of the of the dogs.
Yeah. But she knew about it somehow and had them
Oh
and
yeah,
then took
she
them
was part
in.
of it. Like that was her
Yeah.
role maybe. And then she maybe thought that she had somehow gotten away with it if they had got the person into jail, the guy that shot the dog walker. Maybe she
Yes.
thought, "Oh, they think it's him."
And there's a picture that this dog walker posted on his Instagram, it looks like, where, oh my gosh, his username is Valley of the Dogs. So it's like he does this for a living.
Oh, yikes.
Um, he was saying, I'm still in recovery from a very close call with death, and I've kept myself for the most part. I am human from the growing media story. But
Mm,
yeah. Yeah.
that's got to be a
Yeah.
lot of trauma. Can you
Oh,
imagine out just walking your dog, walking Lady Gaga's dogs?
right? Yes. Oh my
That's
gosh.
crazy. Ugh.
Yeah.
Well,
And they told her, uh-huh. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm glad that that he's okay and that the dogs are okay. At least there's that
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah. It sounds like the police really went to town to take care of the dogs and make
No.
sure they found out what had happened. But yeah, they told her she wasn't entitled to that reward money because
No.
and she's like, but I was trying to protect the dogs, and that wasn't true. So yeah.
Yikes.
Oh, okay. So she was guilty of the charge. Because she had admitted to receiving the bulldogs, knowing that they were stolen property. So yeah, it's like I don't know if the
Oh,
Steelers,
okay. Yeah. Had someone just brought her two dogs and she didn't know
right,
what was going on, it might have been different.
right.
That's
Crazy
yeah,
stuff.
that's pretty crazy.
I also heard a while ago too, Paris Hilton's dog was missing as well, like her little Chihuahua.
Oh. Oh yeah,
And
she's got those little ones she puts in her purse.
right, and
Or she used to at
I,
least.
I'm assuming that it got returned, but I remember she was back when I cared about her Instagram, but she posted a few times that she was trying to find her dog that was
Oh.
stolen or lost or missing or whatever. Hmm.
Mm, that is so sad.
Yeah, I know. That's all I've got on Lady
Mm.
Gaga dog drama. That is hard to say.
Lady Gaga dog drama. Ooh, tongue twister.
Have you listened to her new album or her new song, the
The
Abracadabra
only
one?
I have heard that song so many freaking times because it's like March Madness. It's like every March
Oh yeah.
Madness
Oh,
commercial break
yeah.
promo thing is the Abracadabra song.
That's so right. That's true. I'm
Uh,
not, I mean, I'm paying attention to the games here and there, but Rick has them on all the time. And so he's like,
oh
there's a
yeah,
game on at
there's one
3.
on right now.
And
Yeah.
did you do a bracket?
I did not do a bracket. I don't know enough about college basketball. I always feel like where I'm like, I just
Yeah.
like to watch it and have fun. I don't know who's actually going to do well because I don't watch it like throughout the
Right.
year to be like, oh, they're really going to win.
And there's
But
so many upsets anyway. So, yeah.
usually there is, and that's what I
Mhm.
love about it. But this time, no.
Yeah.
It's all exactly like I don't know. There's gonna be this is the last game today, but it's like pretty much gonna be all one seeds in the final four, which is just a little boring
Yeah.
to me because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I like when there are upsets and unexpected things.
Me too. It goes into my love for psychological thrillers and where there's just these
Hmm.
twists and turns that you're not expecting. It makes it exciting.
Yes. Speaking of books, um, okay, with books lately, I was telling you last week about my Tangled book that I just absolutely loved. And
Yes.
I feel like sometimes what happens for me is I read a really, really good book and then I can't move on from the book. And I get into like
Hmm.
kind of a reading slump because everything I start to read, I'm like, well, it wasn't the book that I loved. That wasn't, it doesn't like
Yeah.
hook me as much.
Yeah.
So looking at but I still I want to get into back into it again and I just kind of go through phases like that. But
Same.
what I was thinking about was books that have been turned into movies.
Yeah. Because there's a lot
And
of those that we like that have been coming out lately or announced.
yeah, I was looking at, so I pulled up a list of them because I'm like, how many of these have I read? And the first one is It Ends With Us, which we all know we've read.
Yeah. Have you still not watched the movie?
I have not watched the movie, no.
No.
I
You
think
don't want
eventually
to,
I'll
right?
yeah, I don't really want to. Eventually I feel like it might be one to like have on in the background, but meh.
Yeah.
Um, the next one on the list is The Perfect Couple, which is not actually a movie, it's a mini series, and I think maybe on Netflix with
Hmm.
Nicole Kidman, I want to
Mm-hmm.
say. But I read that book, and it's by this author I really like, Ellen Hildebrand. If I don't know if you've heard of any
Mm-hmm.
of hers. Okay. But
Ooh.
yes, The Perfect Couple was very good. I have not seen the miniseries yet, though.
Oh, I'm checking it out here. It looks like it has some big names in it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I kind of want to read that one now. Okay, I'm not going to
Yes.
read any further on the info then.
It's it's a really good one, and I think it was, if I remember right, I think it was my very first one that I read by that author that got
Yeah.
me like really hooked on her stuff.
Yeah, that one sounds good.
Hmm. Is it on
See,
Netflix?
The Perfect Couple. Yes, it is.
Netflix. Okay.
Hmm. The recent one that I read that was, yeah, it wasn't to a movie, but it was also to a series. I think I told you about it before, but I don't remember. It's called The One by John Mars.
Yes. Oh, I read
Mhm.
that one. It's a
Yeah.
series?
Hmm.
I didn't know that. Wait, is that the one where there's like you take the test or whatever and there's like the one perfect person for you? It's kind
Yeah.
of
Hmm.
like the like online dating, but you're finding the
Yeah.
one match. Oh my gosh. Yes, that book was so good.
It's on Netflix also.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that's exciting.
I forgot that I wanted to watch that. Ooh,
Do
okay,
you?
cool. Now I have a new show to start.
Yes. Oh wait, you haven't watched it either, the show?
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay, cool. Um, oh shoot. Have you watched Black Mirror, the show on
No.
Netflix?
Uh-uh.
the one, like the storyline of the one reminds me of the way they do Black Mirror.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They
Ooh,
have like
interesting.
psychological like episodes and stuff with like technology and like what would happen if, and that the one always it reminded me of like a Black Mirror episode.
Yes. I've heard a lot of good things about that one, and I kind of want to watch that too.
Yeah, there's some really good ones. I think there's a new season of that coming out soon too.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of John Mars, I just have to throw in here really quick. He's a British author. And I've only read one of his books so far, but he's got a lot of others that are kind of along those thriller sides. But he's a member of my Psychological Thrillers Facebook group. I'm just going to be a little nerdy right here, but there was a post the other day. I just thought it was funny. He'll comment on things here and there and he'll post stuff in there. But this one woman like called out one of his books and she was like, haha, I caught you, and like listed out and tagged him in it and listed out like a place where he had made a mistake in the book. There were a ton of comments and they were just like, oh, I didn't even notice that. Or, yeah, that happens every once in a while. And he just doesn't care. He comments with a GIF, like a little picture that says, no fucks given. And everyone was like, that makes me want to read your books even more.
Oh, love that. That's funny. I was looking, speaking of him, I was on Kindle the other day, and are his books part of like a series? Because it lists like the one, and then there's like the family, and there's a third thing. Ugh,
yeah.
I forget.
When I first started deciding that I was going to read his books, I looked into it, like what order should I go in? And I learned they're all standalone pretty much. There's ones that you want to read before others just because they're in the same like universe, if that makes sense. So
that's what I was wondering. Yeah.
Yeah. Or something that happens in another book. But yeah, they're not, none of them seem to be like 1, 2, 3 or anything.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, because it's showing the Marriage Act and the Family Experiment as the same world as the one.
Right. Yeah.
But I haven't read either of those other two.
I haven't either, but now you reminded me and I kind of want to get back on that train. So maybe I'll hop on Pango and order those too.
Yes. I feel like sometimes that's what I have to do is like read a book that is completely different than like, obviously those are going to be very different than my cute little Tangle story.
Yeah.
That can help me move past it.
Yeah. But you like that kind of book though too, right? I thought
so. Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Those would probably be my go-to is those kind of twisty turny thriller ones. I love it.
My favorite is when I find the book, and maybe this shouldn't be my favorite, but when I find the book that I was like, I need to go to bed, but I need to keep reading another chapter, another chapter, another chapter.
Me too.
Like literally can't stop reading.
Like when we were all at the lake, that's what I was doing because I just wanted to keep going and I didn't want to go to bed. And Abby was sitting there reading her book.
Oh, right. Yes. Yes. Oh, I love when I find one like that. I feel like it's always during like those kinds of times too, where I'm like, oh, I wish this wasn't happening right now. And I'm like, trying to do other things or whatever, but love it. 38-47 is the game score, by the way.
Who's playing?
Michigan State and Auburn.
Oh, okay.
They're still 13 minutes though.
Yeah.
This is like the closest they've been in the past 2 days. And I'm just upset. Like this is 9 points. Come on.
Let's just do a quick little throw out here about how much we love Ernie, the commentator.
Yes. I do love Ernie. And Jake really likes Charles Barkley.
Oh, he's so funny. He's hilarious.
Is his team right now? Oh my gosh, yes. That's so silly.
Ernie in his little bow tie.
Yes. Oh man, love it. I forgot we were going to talk about that. I forgot. Ernie.
Oh, we talked about a lot of good stuff today, I think.
Yes, I think so too. Thanks for joining us for Book Sparks and Buzz,
where the tea is hot,
the books are wild, and the dogs are cuter than your ex.